out of nowhere, question of the week goes to our special guest, Miss Torin. Ma'am, you've been listening to us for a little bit. We have a question for you. We want to know how you would label us. Heels or faces? The four of us individually.
I always like this question.
Let's see. Obviously, Chano is a heel. ZombieKing is a heel.
Wow.
My boy Brandy Savage, he falls somewhere in the tweener area. Mr. Markus Hernandez, he's most definitely the good guy. He's like our Chad Gable. He's our resident Chad Gable. He's trying.
Let's go.
Accurate or no?
Going for our heels over here, I guess.
Look at us. Hey, salud, brother. We heels.
First time someone's
Brother,
salud.
do you want me to get started?
Oh no, I might need some reasons why.
There was at least one
play a good guy.
One take or two. I was like, you don't have to be a hater all your life, my friend.
Oh man, who was I hating on?
Nope, I won't do it. Nah, because that means I was really mad about it if I remember. I wasn't. It was at least one Mercedes one. At least one, I think.
Okay. You know what? I was expecting at least one Mercedes. So
I'll leave that alone because I don't know.
Let's get it back to our first podcast.
Very true. Our very first podcast, he said she was overrated.
I stand by it. I still stand by it.
I stand by it.
10 tones down.
Hey, you know what though? I like that. Answers don't change every time we ask somebody this question. Chano automatically is always the heel because he stays hating. Everybody knows that. ZombieKing taking a heel spot. Brandy a tweener, even though he thinks he's a bad guy.
He tries.
I'm your Red Ranger. I'll take the Red Ranger. I'll be the face of the company.
He's the Red Ranger.
I like that. I'll keep that.
Oh man.
But hey, we got Torin on the show with us. We got a lot to talk about. Let's go ahead and start our show. But hey, Ringsiders, we have a very special guest with us, Miss Torin, Miss Taylor, one of our very first followers on X, supporting us since the beginning.
Where?
Hello, madam. How do you do?
Doing better now. Mercury's in Gatorade, so my life is in shambles, but happy to talk real wrestling, real graps with you guys. Where are we at? What did I miss?
You didn't miss nothing. We were just talking the shits about ZombieKing's wrestling career and who we thought he wanted him to wrestle as a mixed match.
That's it.
We're just waiting for you to get in.
Coming up with Candace coming up supposedly. That's where that conversation.
Candice LeRae versus ZombieKing. Book it, Trips.
That's it. Book it.
That's it.
Right.
WrestleMania 45.
WrestleMania 50.
That's it.
In Dover, New Jersey, Blackwell Street.
First time ever. First time ever, brother.
First time ever. So down. Oh
you
man,
guys almost had me bamboozled.
But Miss Torin, I do have a question for you. I have a few questions for you before we go ahead and kick off our show and start talking some wrestling. My first question for you is who is Miss Torin? How can you explain who you are to all of our Ringsiders and listeners?
Ooh, loaded question. Torin is there. Woo, friend, you gotta let me know. I'm an enigma. You can't just define me. I like astrology. I like battle rap. I'm a college grad with a psych degree. I talk a lot. I'm funny. I don't like standing on stage. I write things. But mostly I just get online and just like talk trash about my favorite reality shows, my favorite like wrestling spots. Like the stuff that I mention is so like minuscule that people shouldn't like see what I'm talking about. But the fact that other people are laughing too, like, oh yeah, I saw that. We watch too much wrestling. So like there's a little community for people like us that laugh at the obscure. Like I'm going off on a tangent, but who watch NXT?
We all dabble with NXT a little bit. I might watch it
dabble.
more than everybody else here.
Yeah.
So I don't know if y'all saw me tweeting about random battle rap stuff all
I
this,
know.
this past
I did.
week. Randomly, URL rappers are in the audience for Trick Williams. Randomly. They panned
Who was
to
in the
him
audience?
like, on purpose to show that.
Who's in the audience?
I'm mad because I can't give you names, but I know the face because I didn't seen them.
Yeah,
and Big
You gotta go
Joseph
back.
said it like pointedly.
yeah, they pointed it out.
So
He's
I'm
actually
just
not
like,
dead.
I see y'all. I don't know. I like mixing all of my fandoms and my random likes together. And so when I see them being mixed together, like on TV, I get excited.
Nice.
Oh yeah,
No,
I feel that. I
that's
feel
dope.
that 100%. No, I loved your answer. That was great. My next
Jesus
question for
Christ,
you is,
bro. Am I running for president?
You might be.
You might be. You never know.
That's it.
Listen,
Arsenal.
My next question for you is, how'd you find us? How did that stroll happen? How did we stumble upon your feed?
I don't know how you stumbled upon my feed, but I asked what time a pay-per-view came on. And there was a few random accounts I could have tagged, but I was like, I can think about this one. It starts with a 4. Y'all answered, and then we became like inner pals, just kind of tweeting back and forth about the wrestling. I listen to most people's podcasts. I love when people ask for feedback. I love when people accept feedback. So
Nice.
once you make a fan out of me, I'm a loyal fan. I'm a supporter. I support other people's businesses. My friend actually made this shirt for me and dropped it off today with my astrology symbol on it.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
So I like when I see
There you go.
people
Oh,
doing
yeah.
like real good, nice stuff, and like I feel like we don't support each other enough as just like people.
Yeah. 100%.
That's just me.
Right.
100%.
I'm an honorary member of the
I
bloodline.
love it. I love to hear it. Are you? Hey, we all are.
Man.
We all are. We all throw up our ones around here. You already know what's up.
Hmm.
Ain't no Cody crybabies in here. That's all
I
I'm saying.
I am
We
a
got no
Cody
Cody
crybaby.
Maybe
I am
partially.
a Cody crybaby.
Partially.
No, we all respect our tribal chief, but we all want to see the Red Ranger succeed a little bit too.
Come
So,
on, bro.
Who's we?
That part.
Speak for yourself.
Yeah. Who's we?
I'm speaking for the IWC.
Oh, man.
That's
I don't
not
think I
we.
can
Can
do
the
that though,
hater
because
leave
they're
it
toxic.
alone?
Why not?
Can
I don't
they
think
Why
so.
leave it
not?
Toxic.
I don't.
IWC gonna curse you out.
Finish
for
the
this. Speaking
story,
for them.
man.
It's
Yeah,
so
I
fickle.
don't want to speak for the IWC like that.
Finish the story.
Are you a WWE advocate, a AEW advocate?
I am most definitely. I'm not. Well, let me step back. I'm not an advocate. I can say that I've been a fan of WWE longer, but it's also been around longer. So I mean, like I
What
dabble
made-
with AEW, but I mean, it's hard to keep my attention. Like I will turn something off. I will pause the DVR. I will go walk away, and once AEW keeps me from like walking away or forgetting that I paused the DVR, that's how I can say I'm a fan of both equally.
Mm.
I unfortunately
That's
turned it
fair.
off after Mercedes stopped to the ring. But I did finish it up and watch it earlier today.
I
There
know
you
we're
go.
definitely gonna talk some Mercedes Moné.
Okay.
But I do one thing I wanted to talk about, and my next question to you is: would you rather be front row at one of Dwayne the Rock's Johnson's concerts at SmackDown, or would you rather just be in the building at a Beyonce Knowles concert?
Are you talking to me?
Yes, ma'am.
You finna give
I know
me
the
a-
answers for all my guys. They're all gonna choose Beyonce.
You're gonna get me up
Yeah.
out of here with this answer so bad. Oh my god.
Mm,
I'm gonna go
front row,
Beyonce,
bro.
but I want to say something else. I'll
Okay,
stay
fair
home.
enough.
I'll stay home.
I'll stay. You stay home. You'll stay home.
I'll stay home.
There you go.
No love for The Rock. No love for Beyonce. Hey, it's all good. Hey, well then I wanna let's talk a little conversation. Are The Rock's concerts worth selling out SmackDown then?
How do you feel?
Personally, no. I feel like it's just washed material he's been having for years, and now he's like, I could finally use this now, and it just doesn't hit the same.
Isn't that what all of The Rock is doing at this moment? Isn't every
100%.
bit of what he's doing is like what he
Too-
couldn't do or just didn't have the time to do back in the day?
It's too Hollywood.
Mhm.
It's too
Yeah.
Hollywood. It's like he's trying way too hard. Chano's got his ones up because I know he wants to tell us we're crazy.
Listen, here's the thing about Rocky, man. When you got a Hall of Famer legend known as Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who has guaranteed hit after hits, this is all wrestling fans want. They want the hits. The 45-year-old dad in the crowd with his 5-year-old, 6-year-old son coming to his first SmackDown, and you're telling me he bought 6 months ago, and he got a Rocky concert for the first time in a minute. I'm telling you, he lost his absolute mind. Is it?
You think even when The Rock's talking crap about them?
Yes.
1,000%. That's the
100%.
pro.
You're
Okay.
still
Bro, it's like when
cheering
you go
him,
to a
bro.
comedy show. It's like when you go to a comedy show and the comedians crack jokes on you. You love it
Gonna be
because they
controversial.
acknowledge you. You know what I mean?
I don't know,
Narrative.
bro. I
Yeah.
don't know if The Rock called me a crackhead. I don't think I'm gonna be out there like, yeah, I'm a crackhead. Let's go, Rocky.
If The Rock called you a
Listen,
crackhead,
be the
that means
best
you're a part of the
crackhead.
show.
He
You're
said,
lit.
be the
I'm
best
Be the
crackhead.
best crackhead.
That's it. I'm gonna be the best crackhead ever, Rock.
I was
I got
gonna
a 9
say,
to
can I
5.
say
I take
something
in my
and take it
bills.
back?
That's it.
Go
No,
ahead,
go
Miss
ahead.
Go ahead.
Literally, I feel like he got lucky with the little song last week because WWE barely scraped over the promo that him and Roman had did before that.
Mm.
He said some choice words.
yeah.
So going back to what you said, if someone's bringing their kid and they want to hear the good old, the stuff from the Attitude Era, that's fine. But imagine having to go home and explain to your child what a cross-dresser is.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I'm saying. They literally skirted past that. They did not bring it up. They didn't make Drew McIntyre crack jokes with his kilt. That was easy. They could have did that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, he got lucky this last one. But it's about to get played out. It really is. It was played out when he showed up, but
That's what I agree with you. Like, what would you do, Chano, if you took little Chano to SmackDown and then you on the ride home and little Chano's like, Dad, is Rocky talking about such and such Theo Chano? Because he's a crackhead. Now you got to explain to your son why your brother's not a crackhead.
Listen, if my brother's a crackhead,
He's gonna be the best crackhead. He's gonna be the best crackhead he can be.
he should know the crackhead.
Hey, man.
listen, growing up, Theo made some bad choices. Theo's on that rock. and
Hey.
hopefully one day he come back to us.
One thing
Oh,
led
man.
to another. He got in trouble.
I guess it sounds
man.
like you guys are paying these outrageous SmackDown prices then to go see The Rock live.
I'm not gonna
Part
hold
of the
you.
headline.
My couch
I'm not
is
gonna hold you
so
though. I was looking at those Monday Night Raw tickets at the Barclays Center, but I
Mhm.
guarantee you I'm not gonna be able to get it now because Rock's announced for that Monday Night Raw at the
Oh, yeah.
Barclays Center. So I'm telling you
Mhm.
right now, I'm no longer
Going.
going to that show because I'm
I'm
not
going.
paying Rocky prices. Especially with 6
I'm
days
going.
later, me and Brandy, we're going to Mania. You know what I mean?
I'll
Oh,
be
y'all
there.
got
Take a
him.
Yeah.
Okay.
You going to Monday Night Raw?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going.
Of
You're
course he's
Yeah, he's
going.
going.
Wait, how you going? Yo,
I-
how you going? You don't let me know you was buying tickets. That's first off, that's crazy.
You got
Nah,
to
nah,
He's
nah,
gonna
nah,
give
nah,
up
nah.
his
Ticket,
kidney
fun
soon.
ticket.
That's
Nah,
what's
nah,
gonna
nah,
happen.
save your piece, gangster.
I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't do that. You know I
Nah,
wouldn't.
save
do
your
that.
piece. Save your piece, gangster. I see where I stand in your life. It's cool.
Another quick question. Do you think people are coming to see The Rock, or do you think they're coming to see Roman Reigns?
Roman's not announced. It's just Rock.
No, I'm saying for these SmackDown shows. I'm not talking
Rock all
about the
day.
Monday Night Raw.
They're
Both.
coming to see whatever they can get. They want to see this
Both.
story progress. If it's Rocky,
Does need to
cool.
progress.
Hopefully, so the story can finish. Progress.
What story?
This Harry
Like
Potter
Cody
ass
Rhodes,
book on audio that we're
Listen.
listening to.
Oh man, that's a good one.
Listen.
Harry
I
Potter
haven't
book.
cared for this
Listen,
story.
if Cody
How
never
long
finishes his story,
Roman been champion? 600 days? How long a Harry Potter book is? 600 pages? The fuck?
Just about. And now they got the side quest books too, the prequels. So you got to read those 3 first. And I think that's where we're on the prequel. We're not even on Harry Potter yet.
We're somewhere in the 4th or 5th
I
inning.
swear, if Zilla get called up to the main roster,
Of
What are they
Zilla
gonna do with it?
and
What
Jacob.
are they gonna do?
he just
What
goes
are they gonna do with that group of Samoans?
Hey,
There's too many Samoans on WWE, to be honest.
It's gonna be like that.
There's never
Yeah,
enough
man.
Samoans in wrestling.
No,
But hey.
bro. Because realistically, who's stopping them, bro? If you got 6 full-blooded Samoans on your roster, what faction is stopping them, bro?
Nobody.
Nobody.
The Judgment Day.
Not really.
They stop everybody.
Come on.
They can't even,
They
the only
stop?
people they're stopping
It's gonna
is
be the Judgment Day and Imperium are gonna and New Day are gonna have to collide.
They ain't even stop Edge.
What is this?
Facts. They
To
didn't
stop the
even
bloodline.
stop
They
Edge.
didn't even stop.
He's
He's
still
still
going.
running amok.
Hey, but hey, also, man, we got a new WrestleMania match announced. I don't know if you guys watched Friday Night SmackDown, but AJ Styles, he's been on his tear of rage, beating LA Knight with a chair.
Poor TV
Now we have
everywhere.
LA Knight,
Watch your
AJ
TV.
Styles at Mania. Is this going to be an underrated match on the card? Should people sleep on this?
No. I mean, yes. Stay
Yes,
asleep.
please sleep.
Use it as your bathroom break.
Yes.
Ooh, you're
Intermission.
crazy.
I guarantee you right now, if it's at Mania Night 2, I'm using that match as my bathroom break as a chance to go get food and go get merch.
This guy.
If this build up to this match has been anything, it's gonna be a joke because like the build up to it's been a joke. I think the match will be all right because like
The LA Knight hate is so crazy. Y'all hate this man so much.
So much.
They said, you know what? I don't care who he's in the ring with. I'm just gonna go buy merch.
Bro, I've been hugging my TV since he hit that.
Get the hate out.
Are you a fan? Are you a fan of LA Knight, Torrin?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's okay.
No.
I just need y'all to leave him alone. Let him cook. Leave him in the kitchen.
I agree. Let the man cook.
You know what's mad funny? You guys say cook, but ever since The Rock has been on SmackDown every single week, LA Knight seems redundant. He's exposed. He's exposed because his main copy is actually there.
Do you know why what you're saying means nothing right now?
So
because I saw them say that The Rock is taking May through August off.
Okay, so it's gonna be May through August that LA Knight is relevant again.
So he's gonna be redundant. So
I mean, that doesn't mean.
I'm talking about when LA Knight and The Rock is in the same show. LA Knight does not feel like who y'all love. LA Knight. He feels like another carbon copy of Rocky. Let's be honest.
They've been keeping him mute.
You know what? I got hotter takes. I'll wait. It's okay. I can't go down on LA Knight train. I can't go down.
I would say this.
This ain't the hill to die.
I don't think it'll be like the worst match. I just don't want it as a regular match. Like, give me some type of stipulation in the match. DQ.
Honestly, if Logan Paul,
just don't do a regular match with it.
Yeah, if Logan Paul wasn't in a triple threat match, I would say this match would be better than the Logan Paul match. But since Logan Paul's in the ring with 2 phenomenal guys, I don't think anybody should sleep on this match. I think this match is going to be great. I think this match is going to be underrated.
AJ Styles is still doing incredible work. So I just feel
100%.
like in general, he's going to do what he can to make LA Knight look better coming out of this match than going in. He's going to do what he can, win or lose.
As long as we acknowledge AJ Styles is going to be carrying this man on his back for 15, 20 minutes.
And that's what evil AJ came to do. AJ slacks. Slacks.
As long as he wears the black jeans, we cool.
That he's carried.
As long as we acknowledge he carries the match. Y'all crazy.
Let's see.
Yeah, again, SmackDown. Guys, I have a question. Guys and Miss Torrin, I have a question for the 4 of you. This main event we had Bayley, Dakota Kai. In my opinion, I thought it was a good match. The ending I don't agree with because it was the main event, and I feel like that's not how you should end the show. But it ended in a DQ. Do you guys was that a good call for the to end the show? Was the DQ a good call?
I like the way shows ends on a. It's not the best looking to do that, but sometimes ending on a injured person or a gang attacking somebody with them being victimized is a good way to end a show in that sense.
I see. I mean, I could agree with it. It's like cool to end on a cliffhanger, but you know, and you do it with regular shows. You wait a week for another episode, but like this is wrestling. I don't need cliffhangers. I need answers. You know,
all answers will be answered at WrestleMania.
Yeah,
that's too much for me, bro.
Hey man, that's what we're in right now. We're in this slow build up to it.
This long term storytelling
Long-term.
by Trips is super long, super crazy. Chana, what are your thoughts, man? Cool to end in a DQ.
I feel like every single Bloodline segment ends in a DQ. So why wouldn't it be any different for Damage Control? You know what I mean? Damage Control is arguably the second biggest story after the Bloodline, so they deserve the same respect. And honestly,
on SmackDown,
in general, it's the second biggest. It's the second biggest story. And honestly, in a general aspect, Bayley has been outnumbered. So she finally got somebody on her side, Naomi, which we kind of figured that she was going to be on her side because they're real life best friends, and Naomi wasn't really booked for anything, so it makes sense for her. Who's going to be helping them? Who knows? That's yet to be determined, but it is what it is right now, guys. And I see you shaking your head. What's the second biggest story in wrestling outside of the Bloodline saga?
I was just gonna say you have Drew and Seth. I mean,
that's not even a story.
Of the Bloodline, but he's still got a side quest going on.
Anything Gunther's in,
that right there.
anything Gunther's in,
like
I would say is better.
I mean, I'll give it maybe top 4 top stories going on in the East.
Yeah, I like Rhea's storyline better than Ia's storyline right now.
Yeah. Rhea doesn't even have a story. You know why? Rhea doesn't even have a story. Becky has a story. It's Becky. Becky's doing her side quest things. It's not even Rhea's doing anything.
Yeah, Rhea's the boss. What final boss needs a story, bro?
Why would she be working, bro?
Bro, she's not. Bro, you're facing Rhea at WrestleMania, and Becky's still having a last woman standing match. Like that's not even. Rhea's not even involved. You know what I mean? Bayley's literally in the second biggest storyline. This is your Royal Rumble winner. She helped Io win the strap at SummerSlam with the Money in the Bank. There's no other story that's bigger than this outside of the Bloodline.
Oh no,
Drew's not even in the storyline. You know why Drew's not in the storyline? Because Seth refuses to acknowledge him as an actual competitor.
What are you talking about? Dude just had a decent promo this past Monday.
Yeah. Seth was like, all right, I guess I'll look at you now. Oh my.
Okay.
We do have a match at WrestleMania.
That's a bold statement, Chance. That's a bold statement.
It's a bold statement.
That's a bold statement.
Hey, we'll get back. We'll probably get back to that. We'll probably get to see who has the best stories right now in the WWE. But Miss Torrin, how do you feel about the DQ ending? Did you feel like that was a good call?
I don't think that's a good way to end a important match such as that. But I also don't think you want my opinion on the Damage Control storyline. I really don't think you want it. I need us to wrap this one up and quick. Pack it up, Delicious. Pack it up.
How did you sell it real well? Like,
yeah. Oh, sorry.
Over it.
No, you're good. I understand it. When you're over something, you're over something.
Literally,
something takes too long. It's just like, all right.
And then to go to the other one, when they had Becky Lynch beat Shayna Baszler for real, like no funny business, bro, I'm over both of them. Like I'm over. I have more fun watching a women's tag team match, so don't talk to me actually about it.
Okay, no, I like that. We'll move on. We'll move on to something that's been it's been me versus these three, and you might join these three.
We'll see.
It's finally confirmed. We are gonna get it. Jimmy J, WrestleMania 40.
Let me these three.
Could this be the best brother versus brother match in WrestleMania history? You had Brett versus Owen and Matt versus Jeff. You think this will top it? Top those two matches?
I don't think I saw the first one for a fact, and I might have been young when I saw the Matt and Jeff. But I think because of all of the outside influences at play with the Bloodline, this one could at least be number 2 out of the 3, just because anything could happen at this point, from what I know. Rikishi's waiting, Jesus. He's waiting for the call.
Special guest referee.
Bruh. He won't know what to do.
I think it's gonna happen. It's either there has to be a stipulation for this match. We spoke about it on our last episode because these two have the exact same moveset. And I
they're gonna kill it.
I definitely think Jimmy's taking the win. So the only reason why I say that is because Brett won the first time at WrestleMania, and then they gave it to Jeff, the younger brother, once. So now you got to give it back to the older brother, right? I mean, if you want to follow the pattern, I know you guys want this main event Jey Uso to win, but I feel like Jimmy needs to win more than Jey in this situation because he needs to prove himself to his younger brother and show him that I am a top dog just like you. But right now, I'm just following the line so my family could be fit.
What do you
I
say?
just feel like there's no.
No, Brandon, go ahead.
I just feel like there's no way like Jimmy doesn't have help, and to me that just tells me Jey win.
Nah.
What do you say? Would you say bullshit if there's no winner?
Hell
Yes.
yeah!
Like a
Yes,
like
yes,
a
we right.
double DQ
Oh my god!
or
What a way to ruin the pattern.
or
Don't
like
waste
they
my
both
time.
don't get up or
I'll waste my
some
time.
Right.
some
We're
BS.
literally talking about it being the best brother versus brother match
man.
ever, and you're over here talking about a draw.
And
Hey.
it ends in a DQ.
Hey.
First
Now,
shoe
I wouldn't say this is going to be the best brother
I
versus
wouldn't
brother
put past
match.
them. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I won't say this is going to be the best brother versus brother match in wrestling history, because I think the Briscoes they're not going to out top the Briscoes, but I also think Cody Rhodes versus Dustin Rhodes back in 2019 at All In or All Out, I can't remember which one it was for AEW. That match was incredible, but I think this match is going to be good, and I think my guy Jimmy is going to beat his little brother, just like he said in that promo.
I just don't think that Jey should win unless they're ready to pull the trigger on him for real, for real.
Agreed, and I don't think they're ready for that.
I mean, another reason why Jey is gonna win is because everything Jimmy's done is for Jey. So,
right.
Also,
and what has Jey done for Jimmy?
What do you mean? We know
nothing. He left
nothing.
He left
nothing.
him. And then he won titles with the Red Ranger. When he's not even a Power Ranger.
So you're just as Delulu as Jimmy.
Hey.
Come on.
He's a Black Ranger, bro.
Jimmy helped his little brother get out, and then that dude just left his brother to die. Jimmy deserves this. Jimmy deserves it 100%.
You know why Jey's winning WrestleMania?
Why's that?
So when Jimmy loses at WrestleMania, it gives Roman a reason to kick Jimmy out or to start abusing Jimmy again.
See, I think not really kick him out. I think Jimmy leaves. If Jey wins, I think Jey would win clean with no help from the bloodline, and I think then that would cause Jimmy to be like, okay, y'all don't have my back. And I would rather have Jimmy leave than him get kicked out by Roman Reigns.
And I'm telling you right now, the only way to tell this bloodline story is if Jimmy loses at WrestleMania. If Jimmy wins at WrestleMania with help, without help, it doesn't really matter. It kind of leaves them in a position where,
I feel like if all the bloodline's going to be in the match, the only person that needs to lose at Mania is Roman Reigns. You have Jimmy win a match. If Solo's in a pre-show, you let him win. Obviously, the Roman and The Rock are going to win night 1, so you can get the bloodline stipulation match for night 2. But Jimmy deserves to win this match.
I don't think he deserves it. That's why I disagree with you.
I agree. What has he done?
He hasn't done
just
anything.
as Delulu as Jimmy to believe that he's done anything for Jey.
I mean,
he doesn't.
Because Jey went out and won tag team championship with Cody Rhodes. He's done everything, so he deserves to win.
How did Jimmy do any of that for Jey? What I'm saying is Jimmy hasn't done anything for Jey. He's Delulu.
Jimmy got him out.
Jimmy got him out.
What are you talking about? Jimmy cost him 3 championships. What are you
for real
talking about over here?
He was working. He has to feed his family. He's got to keep his boss happy.
All right, let's wrap this one up. this is nonsense.
I'm just saying. Maybe I might be as Delulu as Jimmy, but I'm on his side.
Hey,
see the eyes, y'all, my little brothers. Yeah,
boy.
It was a good promo though. You gotta admit, it was a better promo than Jay's promo.
I would yeet the shit out of him.
I don't know. I'm no yeet squad. I'm no yeet squad. Hey, I want to talk about this tag team division for Monday Night Raw. Man, these 2 tag teams were cooking. D.I.Y, the Creed brothers. Incredible tag team.
They have good chemistry, man.
Dude, those guys showed out. The Creed brothers are just showing how promising they are. And
not my favorite, but yeah.
No, their rise to stardom is going to come, and it will come quick. It will come fast, but I think it's going to be slow. If that kind of makes sense, you know what I mean? They're not going to
Super
rush them
slow.
into a championship. I love the fact that DIY went over. Man, this match right here. I don't know about like the four of you. This match definitely excites me for the tag team division for what's to come after the titles get split or unified at WrestleMania.
Yeah, I'm just happy DIY. I've been a fan. They were like the new X-Men came out, and they always remind me of Wolverine and Scott. Like if they became like wrestlers, that's who I picture them. So I've been very high on them. But this Johnny Goyento's like mind for the business and the way he thinks of spots, I can only imagine what he's gonna come up in this ladder match. Like,
oh yeah, him and Tommaso are going in, bro. They're going.
Yeah, like I'm expecting some crazy spots.
I expect 5 times to believe that Johnny Gargano has a concussion because he sells it so good.
Yeah.
But he sells it so good. Every time he gets I'm like, yeah, he's definitely concussed. But nah,
Great
he's always
seller.
good. What are your thoughts on this this tag team match, Brandy?
Oh man, I mean, it doesn't excite me for the division itself because I just feel like I always tell you there's levels to the tag team division, and I feel like like the main eventers who are tag teams.
Ooh.
Right now you got, but like then you got the Creed brothers, and then you got like one mother tag team.
This guy stinks.
I just feel like it's gonna be a low. It's gonna be a low.
One reason why I do say I feel like it excites me for the tag team division is because we've all been talking about how poor the tag team division has been in the WWE, and how like they brought together DIY, and then their first push is it's still their first push, but it's like kind of whack. And now they're getting these wins, and then they have this incredible match with the Creed brothers, and the Creed brothers have been having really good matches on the main roster too. So I just think
up and down.
I just think that match right there, you know what I mean? With those two tag teams alone, if you put them in with any other tag team, they can have that caliber of a match again. So
I'm not that excited about DIY.
I don't know about 100% about the
I am excited about Creed brothers. I'm excited for Street Profits to come back and actually be a tag team. I'm excited for Chad Gable to join the tag team race again because Tozawa and Otis is not a team. It kills me.
Why not?
I'm excited for the Good Brothers.
They're trying.
Everybody they're not showing on TV right now, I'm excited for. Everybody they are showing, I'm not that excited for.
Really?
Okay. What about you, Chano? Where you at on this tag team match? I know nothing ever beats FTR Bullet Club Gold. But
that's very true. But at the end of the day, man, I'm not really sold on DIY. I don't really. There's nothing about DIY that makes me be like, I like these guys. Nothing at all.
You don't like Johnson? You don't like Tommaso?
You know what's my favorite thing about?
I think they're great.
You know what's my favorite thing about DIY? When R-Truth calls them Shawn Michaels and Triple H. That's it.
Yeah, man.
Other than that, I don't really.
Hater alert! Hater alert!
That's a little bit.
Hater alert!
They don't do nothing for me. You know what I mean? Like they're cool. I guess.
I would say you won't look at them and be like, "That's your top guy," or like that's the guy you can put. None of them. But when it comes to quality matches and them actually trying to be an actual tag team and have the same gear and have dope tag moves and everything like they're trying where other teams are just two wrestlers together, like Indy and
LeRae.
my next feud, Candice. Like they've been a tag for a hot minute now, and I feel like they're doing nothing to make it look like they're actual that. Like they're still two separate wrestlers. At least they're trying to make themselves a tag and be a tag, like a real tag.
Speaking of Miss Candice LeRae, Miss Torrin, where do you think her story is going? This little heel arc she's about to be, that she's actually turning into. What do you think happens with that?
Not sure. It was unexpected. Like literally everybody I saw talking about it just made it seem like it was just so out of the blue. So when I watched it, I was like, yeah, it's kind of kind of hard for you to hop from like, light bright purple hair, pixie wings to I'm going to JC Jane you in the middle of the ring for no reason. I was like, ma'am. So I guess And that's on WWE's, on their end. As far as the delivery, how she could have conveyed that message, it could have been done like so many different ways, I think. But
Mhm.
that's right. So it's just like how abrupt it was. Just saying dead brother was just like, whoa. I didn't know Christian
Yeah,
was here.
exactly.
Like, in my opinion, maybe just kind of being kind of ominous or being like, what would your brother think? The audience is like, what you mean? What about her brother? And then, the tabloids pick it up in the morning like her brother died in a car.
Yeah.
There's just better ways instead of just throwing it out there. So imagine if that's on the same show with like Rocky saying something crazy. It's just like, we're still finding our avenue here, like outrage, but also entertainment, but also keep it family friendly. We're literally finding our way.
Do you think Indy is gonna make the turn too, or do you think she goes against Candice?
I hope so, because I want so much for her and her high ponytail. I need something because, and this is not me speaking to her skills, but their presentation of her has been
Poor.
the crowd goes mid. Like, literally, crowd goes mid. And I laughed so hard when I first heard that because it's just, like, she deserves so much. She's literally dang near, she has the frame of Rhea Ripley. Like, if they told her get in the gym and do a little extra, she could be built like that to get that type of push. So pretty, so marketable. And it's just they have her meandering in the middle. So hopefully by pushing Candice, that will drag her in any direction.
I agree.
I agree. No, I agree.
I think
God
Indy.
damn it. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
No,
I think
agree.
Indy, if she had a point that if she worked out a little bit, I think she's the perfect baby face for Rhea.
And they're not even super tall. They're just, by comparison, they're that much bigger than most of the roster.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's facts.
Size-wise. Yeah.
Hopefully, hopefully this ends up turning out for like a good Indy Hartwell push.
Something. I want. She deserves so much. Is Dexter Lumis hired or fired? Is he here?
I think he's injured.
Okay.
I think he's on the shelf right now. I believe he's on the shelf right now. I think he's healing back.
Get better, Dex. Get better, Dex.
Yeah, get better, Dex. Martin doesn't like Dexter Lumis, but
we don't like Martin.
That's for another conversation.
He had a good reason.
So
no, he does have a good reason.
So
go ahead, Chano.
According to the web, Dexter Lumis, there is no creative plan for him at the moment, so he's just at home chilling.
He's at home with the family, staring at
TV. Love to see it. Love to see it. Get your money, bro. Get your
money by doing nothing. But that's a hard. I mean, I don't want to put too much on him, but that's a hard character to write in. Like his character and stuff. That's not like, I don't know.
It works when it works when it works. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If it doesn't work, it's hard to write it. I get what you're saying. To have somebody who doesn't sell pain, and
he's no Bray Wyatt.
Is that still his gimmick?
Like that.
Gimmick anymore?
It's not his gimmick. After he broke his arm and was caught crying on the TV, and my brother's like, "That's so dumb." Like, dude, he broke his arm. What are you talking about?
That's a bone inside your body.
But let's because he was being written like Joe Gacy for a while, and it wasn't cool.
Yeah. Let's jump back on. Let's just jump back on track. Chano, my guy, I've been waiting for this very night to talk to you because I needed to hear your thoughts on this. Monday Night Raw, your one, your only, your cousin, Mr. Rhodes himself, kind of got rated R with us and cut, a vicious promo that was kind of compelling, and it kind of make you go like, yeah, Cody, talk your shit.
Yeah, man.
How'd you feel? How'd you feel about the Red Ranger dropping bitch, little dick syndrome? What else did he say to The Rock?
My favorite.
Roman Reigns is a side chick.
My favorite bar throughout that whole entire thing was, "You're not even a heel. You're just an asshole." That was funny. That was hilarious.
That's one of his best promos.
But other than that, then Twitter kindly guided me to his extremely similar promo against Chris Jericho in AEW. So I'm no longer really impressed. My man's hit copy, edit, paste, cool.
Done.
You know what I mean? So it's like at the end of the day, I think this was one of Cody's better promos on WWE because he's not crying here. He's not talking about his dad, how he needs to do it for his mother, for his wife.
Okay.
Purely from a standpoint that he's like.
Let me change the question then. Are you more impressed that USA allowed this to happen?
No, it needed to happen.
For what reason?
This problem needed to happen. Rock has been bitching him for weeks on end at this point. How long can Cody Rhodes be Captain Planet and not curse back at this man?
I felt like it was a jab at Fox, but I also felt like it was a jab at AEW as well. Like
it was a jab at AEW because he ripped his entire promo from AEW against Chris Jericho to use against The Rock.
He did.
Like, let's face, bro, it was a really good promo. But at the end of the day, Cody, what you need more of is original promo. I'm tired of seeing you cry and talk about you want to do this for your mother who did it by herself. Guess what, brother? About 50% of the population in New York, not even New York, and all of the U.S., they're raised by single mothers. You know what I mean? Like, we all want to do shit for our moms and for our families back home. We all want to do this for our kids and everything back home. So it's like, you're not going to put on my heartstring like that because at the end of the day, if you're not going to handle your business, then stop talking about it. Be about it. You know what I mean? You're recruiting the Avengers to go take on the Bloodline. Cool. You handling that. But at the end of the day, if you don't handle your business this WrestleMania, it's all for nothing.
Can I ask you a question?
What do you do?
Would you pop if the day before? Okay, would you pop if Cody Rhodes cut a promo 10 minutes before he goes out night 2 and he says it's morphin' time?
I'd pop.
You'd pop.
I'd pop. I'm too much of a Power Ranger stand not to pop. You know what I mean?
Don't pop.
So if he comes out in Red Ranger gear night 2 while you're there,
bruh, he has
pop
to.
it for him.
Come on.
I'll tell you what. If
Cody Rhodes, if you're listening to this, come out in Red Ranger gear and you will have Chano Rhodes, an official Cody Rhodes fan.
I'll tell you what. If he changes the words from "There's more than one warrior family" to the beginning of Power Rangers in Space theme song, I'm popping. I'm losing my absolute mind. I'll go crazy.
Hey,
I'll throw my tribal chief shit into the fucking crowd in front of me. I'm like, here.
He'll burn it right in front. This is for you, Cody.
Whose house?
We also had the Seth and Drew promo. Brandy, ZombieKing, your thoughts on those?
I liked it.
Yeah, it was cooking.
Do you believe Seth, or do you believe that Drew McIntyre is still taking this title?
I think Drew. At this point, I'm gonna say it like this. Before this promo, I didn't really care about this match. After the promo, I kind of want Drew to win the match.
Okay. Sounds like the main event night 1 was going to be your bathroom break.
A little bit. You're still gonna get a decent match out of a good match. I would say more than good, more than decent, a good match. But I didn't really care for the title. I didn't really care for Seth Rollins' opponent.
Okay.
Like even for the elimination chamber when they had, I didn't care for one of them. None of them excited me to be like, that's his opponent for WrestleMania.
Yeah, I think like the road to WrestleMania starting in January, it was definitely like one of those like, damn, CM Punk is gonna lose to Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. But then he got injured, and from the moment it was announced Drew, it was like it's obviously Drew's going over.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like it's like for a similar reason why Seth has a championship. It's like you gotta reward the guys who be putting on. Drew is undoubtedly a guy who every time something goes wrong, he steps up. You gotta reward the guy. Seth was that for the last 2 years, so I feel like you gotta give it to Drew.
Okay. What about you, Mr. Torn? How do you feel about the Seth Drew rivalry they got going on right now?
I'll be honest. I'm a sleepy old lady, and I was passing out around that time on the last Monday night program, but I need them to give Big Drew the Hater this belt immediately.
Mm-hmm.
I want y'all to give Seth some time off. Let him go be with his family. Give Drew the belt. He's cooking on all cylinders. He's literally being the blueprint for other superstars to use the Twitter accounts that they've always had. Like, literally. I won't go into detail, but astrologically, Seth Rollins and Drew McIntyre are very similar. I have a tweet. I can retweet the tweet. And they're just very similar, but at the end of the day, everyone knows that Seth is either recently fresh off being injured, probably still injured, but they're saying he's cleared. It's just like, give that man the belt.
Mm-hmm.
We should have been gave him the belt. And I honestly feel like they waited until he got cleared to
72.
work it into the storyline, the Mania plans, whatever. But it's the fact that we as watchers can guess where things are going based on, Mania's coming up. Drew should have had the belt months ago.
Oh, Chano may not agree with that. 3 months ago, Chano was a big Drew hater.
Me and
now
Chano were at odds then.
he loves hater Drew.
We're at odds then.
Oh.
No.
He
I'm not gonna
gassed me
argue.
off so bad. Oh my god.
He's on your side now.
It's crazy because Drew's at a point where he's single-handedly carrying his WrestleMania feud.
Is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's crazy in the aspect of his opponent at WrestleMania, the World Heavyweight Champion. He said it on multiple occasions. He's not concerned with Drew. He's over conceited about it, which is going to cost him the championship, which is fine. I don't care. Let old boy lose the chip. It's time for Seth to take a couple months vacation, get himself right, and do what he wants to go do. You know what I mean? He deserves it. He's had a crazy year and a half. Let that man take some time off. Hang out with the baby. Hang out with his wife, because Becky should probably take some time off for herself as well. Go on vacation and chill out. Drew has been carrying his feud. Drew has been carrying Raw. It's Drew's time. That being said, I don't see Drew being champion for long.
Okay.
I give him an exact total of 4.5 minutes.
And I was going to say, I have a question. Where does Damian Priest fit in all this, honestly?
Night 2 WrestleMania cashing in on Drew McIntyre.
I still don't completely understand the night 1, night 2, order of matches. Who's fighting twice? Who's fighting once?
So basically, Drew and Seth were confirmed for night 2. They have dubbed night 2 for whatever reason. I don't know if this is going to follow the pattern, but they dubbed night 2 Championship Sunday.
Was that a thing? I thought that was a fan-made thing. I mean, I was going to say it makes sense. I liked it.
No, they named it. So, if you look at the WrestleMania promo banner, when they show the Drew Seth, not the full poster, but the little mini banner on the bottom half of the TV.
Yeah,
that says WrestleMania Championship Sunday. So whether it's opening the night or going to be the co-main event, who knows?
I hope it's not co-main event. I feel like that's second fiddle.
Yeah, I have a question.
Third fiddle.
I know we're kind of running tight, but I saw, and it was kind of interesting. None of the matches for WrestleMania have stipulations. Do you think is that a good thing?
We got a ladder match, tag team ladder match.
I mean, I'm talking about other than that, there's
we're
always
definitely
a ladder match.
We're definitely getting the Bloodline rules match at night 2.
That's what I'm saying. Do you
that's definitely gonna happen.
What does that mean again?
It's just
no hold bars, anything
no hold bars,
goes.
no disqualification.
Yeah.
Anything goes.
Anybody can jump in, basically.
Yeah. Anybody. That's what I'm saying. It's gonna be Cody and the Super Rangers and Marvel all coming to destroy the Bloodline.
But my question is, do you think WrestleMania needs stipulation matches, or they can get by just by regular?
If the matches are right, then you can get by with just having a regular match. Like Cody, Seth Drew doesn't need a stipulation. Sammy Gunther doesn't need a stipulation. Like those matches right there, you know what I mean? Those should be bangers. AJ, LA Knight doesn't need a stipulation. Like those are bangers. Those are guys you go out there and you tell them to do their
I
jobs,
feel
and
like
you know they're gonna
AJ
do them great.
Knight needs a stipulation. That
Nah.
match, I
No.
feel like this match
I don't need
101.
the
don't do
super
it for
Slim
me.
Jim. I don't need the Macho Man Slim Jim
not
match
a promotion. I
You
don't
know
need no
it's gonna be
promotion match. Keep the promotion match away.
Well,
Take
no,
that
I don't know.
damn.
It's an
Maybe.
LA
Prime
Knight
up
match.
I don't know. I
I
would like
do.
to see something else with the LA Knight AJ Styles. Give me something.
Yeah,
I definitely would
I do
agree.
want
That
to
needs to be a stipulation
touch
match.
base on this real quick, and we'll continue to move on. It's the main event for Monday Night Raw: Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, and I thought was a good match. I don't know why people were hating on it. I thought it was a pretty good match. I didn't want
enjoyed
Becky
it.
to get the win. I really wanted Nia to get the push because she's just been doing a phenomenal job on her second run back.
Mm-hmm.
My question for each and every one of you is this a bigger win for Becky or a bigger loss for Nia?
It's a win for Becky. She finally conquered her beast.
Yeah.
She couldn't beat her, and now she won. And now she's undisputed, the number one contender for the strap
Yawn.
against Rhea. And Nia can't tell her nothing.
Pretty much.
feel like-
That's pretty much what it was. It was just a build up the show because it's like I can't believe you as a competitor to beat Rhea when you can't even beat. Obviously Nia Jax is a different type of wrestler, but still, they're both dominant wrestlers. So if you can't beat one, how the hell are you supposed to beat the other? So it's just a build up for Becky for her match at WrestleMania.
I agree, and that goes back to what I said earlier about like I already knew the fix was in. Like they had her beat Shayna Baszler clean. I'm like, bruh, all right. So you're gonna have her beat all of those rough or all of the the basically the fighters on the roster, so that we're building Becky up to be some rough and tumble match for Rhea Ripley, and I guess that's fine if that's what we're intending to do, but that's not her. That's not her. I appreciate that she admitted she's not the best athlete, but she's willing to keep trying and working at her craft. I like her little leg drops. I can't get on the Becky Lynch train. Choo-choo.
Okay.
I mean, like,
hey.
I love Becky. I think like she's one of the best. And as far as like the question goes for both of them, it's one of those things where it's like a win for either of them doesn't hurt the other because they're both somebody's mountain to climb at the end of the day.
Good point.
I like that. Yeah, that was a great point.
Sir, such a tweener answer.
Living up to the name.
Playing on both sides.
The stable.
Hey, fellas, man. I was watching NXT. NXT's got some crazy stuff going on. First of all, I just want to say, I think this is crazy. Not only is there a triple threat tag team match next week, the triple threat tag team match is only for a number one contendership. I think that's wild. You're going to make these three tag teams go all out for a number one spot. But hey, it should be good. It's LWO, the job squad, as we like to call them, because, they doing my boys dirty, man. They be doing my boys dirty. They just go out there and work.
Spots, man.
They out there getting their bag.
They may do what they get, though.
Yeah, 100%. The next tag team, Chano be popping. I know they're his boys, the Super Rangers, AXM and Nathan Frazier. And then you got the Good Brothers. And if the Good Brothers don't go over, which I don't think they are, I feel like LWO should get this.
No.
But I don't think neither of these tag teams are going to beat the tag team champions, which is the problem.
They might, though. They might.
Who are the Good?
They might.
Other than the Good Brothers.
That's the only team.
They're not winning.
If you stand by that statement, I have a question. How do you efficiently get Braun Breaker all the way to the main roster then? Because this is the only opportunity that I see. If they lose by some way and then they're no longer a team.
I can see that.
There's no longer room to stay in NXT.
You know how? They clash heads.
Him and Braun or Corbin.
Yeah, they clash heads, bump heads. miscommunication, lose the tag titles, and it sets up Baron versus Braun on the main roster whenever Baron is comfortable enough to move him back on up.
You see, but honestly, I think that will hurt them.
Heard who?
They do
Braun?
better as a tag. They're more entertaining. They're more.
Who?
They
Then
got the whole package when they're a tag.
Then the individuals, bro. Braun Breaker is.
I honestly think if Braun Breaker goes up with Baron Corbin to the main roster and get comfortable first with Baron Corbin because he's already there, he's already established, he's comfortable there. Remember, when you make that move, it's almost finding yourself with a new. Yes, they know of you, but you still got to reintroduce yourself and all that. So when you
But-
have that, it's obviously working in NXT. To bring
I mean,
him to the main roster.
he's getting his main roster like single wins right now. They're feeding him. He's getting his squash matches in.
Yeah,
I never
respectfully,
agree. I never agree on squash matches. I think you learn nothing from squash matches.
Respectfully, I think you're out of your
Depends.
mind. I think Braun Breaker will be fine on SmackDown as a singles. I
Mhm.
feel like putting
Agreed.
him as a tag team is putting him in a box. So once you put him in
No.
the box, it's going to be hard to remove him from the box because when you split up a tag team, it's very hard to maintain momentum from both guys on the team. And if you
No way.
and
How are you gonna say that when we just got a split from a tag team? Now they're having a match at WrestleMania facing each other.
exactly who got the push and who's been on the back burner. They may have a WrestleMania match, but Jimmy
Well,
hasn't.
depending who you ask, because supposedly if you ask Marcus, Jimmy has a better solo run than Jay did.
Well, Marcus is delusional. He admitted this earlier.
The
Look at bro. You can't tell me with a straight face that Jimmy has done anything outside of comedic work and caused Jay gold at every single opportunity.
Nah,
Jimmy
he's
hasn't
doing
done
his
Bring
part.
it
Remember,
back.
he's doing his part. He's
Wait,
with the
hold on.
bloodline. He's doing his part.
We're back. We're backtracking. We don't need to backtrack. We're talking
Okay.
about a triple threat tag team match on NXT. Y'all bringing up
I'm
Jimmy
just
and Jay
saying.
again. We don't
I'm
need
just
to do
saying.
that.
Yeah,
Look,
but
I do want
basically-
to talk about because this is a good point. I do want to talk about two people that were on a tag team, and now one is taking a back burner so somebody else can get pushed up, and he's getting pushed up. And I love the gimmick. Sometimes I don't love the promos because I feel like they're a little too forced. But Tony D, you know what I mean? Tag team champions. Now he's getting his push to go against Dragunov. And I don't think he's the guy. I don't think he is the guy. His little solo thing, the promos are
Great
like
vignette.
kind of. Nah, the vignettes, dude, are not that great, man.
No,
They're
I
not
like the
that
bird
great, dude.
scene.
Nah, I
They
think
get they're getting dry, bro.
I
The
was watching like
Italian
the
scenery
finals
thing.
of wrestling.
Nah, man, the mafia thing is getting dry now, man.
There's
I
a
don't know.
hater
It's
in
just
the midst.
it's
I think
just
so too.
it's I don't think it's a hater. I'll play it for you though, but I don't think I'm
Hater
hating.
alert.
It's just
Hater alert. Hater alert.
you know, I don't know. I don't think Tony D is the guy. I like him as a wrestler, and I think just stick to the tag team. It's cool, but the solo run, I don't think he's the right guy to for Dragunov to drop the title.
Who is it then?
No, not to drop the title.
Who is it then?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
Whoop that trick.
No,
Whoop that trick.
I would have been more
Whoop
happy with
that
Oba.
trick. Nah, bro, because after that match that he had with Noman Dar on NXT, hey, Trick Williams, man, is getting better and better and better and better. And I said it on one of our episodes. I said Trick will be the better NXT champion over Carmelo Hayes. He will have a better career and a better future than Carmelo Hayes.
I disagree.
And I
with you.
stand by that.
I think you're respectfully smoking that crack in Arizona. I don't think Trick
That's
will ever
crazy.
be a better NXT champion than Carmelo Hayes because Carmelo is far and wide the way superior wrestler.
Hey, we won't know until Trick gets it.
Right. Speaking of
I don't need to wait till
No.
Trick gets it because I still have two eyes that can see that Trick is still green as hell in the ring.
That's why he's in developmental.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm saying that Melo was more of a complete product as NXT champion. So I don't think Trick will ever be a better NXT champion than Carmelo Hayes, but I could see Trick having a better WWE main roster career due to his sheer size and personality. as far as in ring work, he will never be that guy.
Damn, I don't know about never.
I don't know. I think you're wrong
Maybe
on that.
10
I think
maybe
he'll be
10
better.
years.
I think he'll be better than Mella.
I always say Trick. It's always like he's right there. He's just something that he's missing, like the connection with the crowd or
No,
the
the
selling.
connection with the crowd is there. He just my man's can't hit a suplex
I
out of
mean-
water.
Yeah,
Okay,
but-
but Trick Williams,
I mean,
like
if it-
Carmelo.
Go
Oh, I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Carmelo Hayes was on the Indies, wasn't he? Trick
Yes.
Williams wasn't.
Yeah. No, yes.
That was
Trick is
yeah.
Trick is more coming in and learning from the ground up, but we can still see that Trick is raw and green as hell. Yes,
In
Melo wasn't in
development.
it. That's fine. But I don't
You say that, but think of Roxanne Perez, who was in the Indies, brought up by Booker T herself, and then think of Tiffany Stratton, who was brought up by developmental, and look who's on the main roster first.
And
Right.
I don't think that's
Good
more of a
point.
promotion issue. I think that's a Shawn Michaels not wanting to move people up issue. I think he still
Roxanne
has
Perez
something
was
in-
NXT champion.
Yeah,
Yes, and I
Roxanne
still-
Perez. If a year and a half ago, you would have thought Roxanne Perez would have been on the main roster way.
Yes,
Yeah.
but
Way
obviously
before
there's something.
Tiffany.
Yes, but if you talk to Shawn Michaels and you hear the interviews that Shawn Michaels is doing and it has been doing, Shawn has been like, honestly, yeah, these people got it, but I'm still trying to build the rest of their foundation and don't want to send them up too early. Tiffany fit a need at that time. She basically fit the Charlotte role at this time, and she's doing well in it. But if you was to ask who
She's
is
super over.
she did. She is hella over in Aussie and now. But if you ask who's the better wrestler between Tiffany Stratton and Roxanne Perez, and you tell me Tiffany, I'm like, you're delusional.
Say that again.
I still think Roxanne Perez is a better wrestler than Tiffany Stratton. I think Tiffany's
Okay.
balling.
I don't know.
I think Tiffany's
That
balling, but
ain't-
I think Roxanne is a more complete wrestler.
I can agree with you on that.
I think Tiffany is slightly better than Rox.
I don't think
Listen,
Tiffany's better than Roxanne. Not in
I
ring.
think
Not
so.
in ring. No.
I think so.
There's nothing.
Listen, the moonsault is pretty, but it doesn't talk for her entire package.
It
You know what I mean?
just started connecting on a regular basis. I've seen her dang near knee a girl in the face. Like if you're gonna do that, you
That's
gotta
fine
be
with
decisive.
me. I don't like that. That's no. Hey, work snug.
No, but the reason.
Well, not if you're gonna be better than Roxanne Perez. I haven't seen anybody's neck go sideways on that Pop Rocks. She works with her small stature very well. Tiffany
I'm not saying
better
she's. Yeah, I'm not saying she's bad.
check
I
on
didn't
her
think.
height and make
I don't
sure
know.
that her moonsaults match up with her height.
And honestly speaking, like if you want to, there's nothing wrong with staying on NXT for another 6 months to a year to finish fine tuning and polishing what it is. Because if Roxanne Perez was to go to the main roster, or like anybody goes to the main roster, and it's not really a spot for you. Prime example, you have Indy Hartwell waiting months on end, almost close to a year to be in the program. Tiff just happened to fit a need on SmackDown at that moment. I see Roxanne more on Raw, honestly. Fight it with the big boys.
Okay.
Well, big girls, technically.
Okay.
Mhm.
Well,
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I do know what you mean. We'll get back into the Trick Carmelo. We got to see where Trick's story goes. I just personally think he's going to be a better NXT champion than Carmelo, and I truly do think he's going to have just an overall better career than Carmelo. But I could be wrong. But we got to see. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion. I do want to talk about Brandy Savage's CEO. Mrs. Mercedes Moné opens up AEW Dynamite back-to-back weeks.
That's it.
Chano, I saw the tweet, man. I know you don't think she's a good fit. And I want to know why.
I don't think it's not a good fit. I don't think it's a good fit for the brand that is AEW. Because when Mercedes on that mic, AEW starting to look a little sports entertainment-ish. You know what I mean? This was the first time in a minute that AEW has opened up 2 Dynamites with promos instead of a match immediately. AEW's bread and butter is giving you the match that you really want to see at the beginning of the show and a bang at the end of the show. Instead, you're getting a 15-minute promo from Mercedes back-to-back weeks. And I'm not saying that I don't like Mercedes because I do, but you're straying away from your identity and what makes people like you.
It's been 2 weeks.
Yeah, but it's straying away from what they do typically. You know what I mean?
I mean, I agree with her. It's been 2 weeks. I mean, she's bringing people to come watch AEW. They want to hear her speak. We want to know what's up. We got to know what's up because she's been gone for so long.
And I'm not
we
gonna
Yeah,
hold you.
but
I don't.
I
don't
agree
feel
with
like this.
Chance on that. Like,
And one more thing. And honestly, I'm not gonna hold you. There was really no need for this week's promo. She said everything she needed to say in last week's promo. She just doubling up again for the people who missed last week, and that's crazy to me. That's just a little wild and wacky. Yes, he name dropped Willow. You know what I mean? And I guess
Julia Hart,
Julia
Sky
and
Blue.
Sky came out. You know what I mean? Then you get that awkward ass chair hold by Willow.
Right.
It's mad
Yeah.
weird. Like, bro, like act like you hold it like you actually go use it. You know what I mean? She essentially just like, like it was just bad.
Brandy,
awkward.
you gonna defend your girl a little bit?
Please.
I mean, like last week, I was talking mad shit about AEW and the big business that they held, and I feel like this is a better AEW in general. And like, I don't know, I feel like his slander is mad annoying because you know Mercedes, she is sports entertainment in a sense. She's always been that. Like, even in all her like New Japan like press conferences, always felt sports entertainment. Like she does a good way of like marketing in a sense. And, like you said, AEW. You said last week, AEW is trying to bring the kids in. She's the best route to do that, and that's at the same time, kids aren't watching the wrestling; they're watching the entertainment aspect of it. So they're definitely on track to
Characters.
do exactly what you were saying.
Yeah, and that's what they got to do. And Tony Khan knows that. He has these women that he knows that can. Not saying that Mercedes can ball because she can ball. We all know that her in ring work. I mean, I think she's the best out of the 4 horsewomen. You know what I mean? We talked about that in one of our episodes. But when you have somebody like that, and then you have somebody who also like Willow, who's also a great wrestler, but a character. You have people like Julia Hart. She's getting there. She's still a little green. She's becoming better and better too. But also just Julia Hart, the character, great. So you have all these characters that kids can be like, oh, I want to be like this person. I want to be like this person. But then you have the biggest one, and that's Mercedes. That's the moneymaker right there, 100%. We got another moneymaker too, or should I say, and new Continental Champion, my guy Okada.
Yeah, man.
Takes it from Eddie Kingston. Does he automatically elevate this title?
Not until he shows me he can do his New Japan style
No.
matches. You got to show me.
Really? Well, Pac looks like he wants, first dibs at the title, which that match should deliver 100%.
I'm so hyped for that match. You have no clue.
It should be a good match. I just want to see Okada not move at half speed.
Should.
He just, I think Okada was just moving towards the speed of Eddie Kingston that night.
Yeah.
Listen, and if that's, hopefully you're right, and hopefully it's not just him moving at half speed, because that shit was gross to watch.
What?
I enjoyed the match.
That was a good match.
I don't think it was good at all. I literally think it was gross. I wanted to see an absolute bang with Okada, and I did not get that at all.
So, but what do you want? You want high spots? You want flips? You want you understand? Like, not every wrestler is gonna be doing backflips, front flips. You're not gonna get flips and dips. You're not gonna get the young spots. You're not gonna get the Ricochet spots for everyone.
I think
you gotta appreciate what people are bringing to the table.
Yeah, but he's not
Eddie
that.
Kingston is not a fucking flip guy. He's not gonna. You're gonna get a physical, grueling, hard-hitting, old-school Japanese match. That's what you guys saw.
And you know what that was? And it was also slow as hell because I know Okada can move faster than that. It was slow. It was slow and boring. And you know what's worse?
It was a letdown.
And you know why it was? You know what's worse than it being slow and boring? It was predictable. Like the moment I saw this match as an individual belt for Eddie Kingston, only for the Continental Classic Championship, I'm like, oh, Eddie's dropping the strap. So not only was it predictable,
any match that Okada's gonna be in, you think Okada's gonna lose his first time wrestling?
It wasn't that
on the
bad
singles?
of a match.
No, of course not.
It really wasn't that bad of a match.
It was gross. It was gross to watch.
Let me just say, like last week with this match, the reason why this match is bad is because it allows me to double down on the fact that I don't see the $20 million man. I don't see it. Like, the hype that has been brought to me, I haven't seen it yet. The man has not popped off the screen. And
Well,
That
that's
part.
because he's being protected right now, and that's the
I
story. He's being
know,
protected by his
and
EVP.
as far as sports
You know what?
entertainment,
In a
I like
in
that
a singles
aspect.
match,
But
in a
it's
in a
the
singles match,
match.
In
in
a
truth
singles
I got
match
it.
that they knew it as soon as he goes out there, Eddie Kingston had no chance. Yes,
But okay,
they
let's
knew
talk
that
about
was
the
going to
fact that
happen.
That's an
I felt like if you would have did a squash
match,
match, you would have killed Eddie Kingston. So they had to just have a
Nah.
match, and the match wasn't that bad.
It could have been a squash. I would have preferred the squash.
You're crazy.
I
No,
would
you're
have
crazy.
preferred
You would
a
have killed
real
Eddie, bro.
crazy.
competitive
You would
win.
have killed Eddie, and
I
that's
would
not
have preferred a
fair.
real
Smoke
even
back
competitive
crack, bro.
win.
Yeah, I think you're on that Arizona crack.
No, you know why it doesn't kill.
fuck.
You know why it doesn't kill Eddie. You know, honestly, know why it doesn't kill Eddie, because Eddie went through hell and back to show that he can hang with the boys, with Daniel Bryan, John Moxley, that he can hang with that roster. Then if you have Okada squash this guy, it's like, oh
Then you
damn.
squash the rest of his opponents. You're
You
saying
don't.
that Okada is 10 times better than Daniel Bryan, than all his opponents. If Daniel Bryan can't beat Eddie Kingston in 10 seconds,
aren't they
and
two-
Okada
two and
can,
two?
then what is the point of having a Okada versus Daniel Bryan match? What is the point of having
Yo.
Okada versus anybody's match?
You
If
know
he's
what that does?
damn good.
You know what that does? That shows that Okada can beat Eddie Kingston at a faster pace. Because let's not forget, Daniel Bryan and Okada, they're 1-1. Daniel Bryan made Okada tap with one arm broken, and that's something that Daniel Bryan will always have over him. But if you're sitting here telling me that Okada should not beat the brakes off of Eddie Kingston, bro, you're crazy. It was a gross match.
No way.
Like
No
Brandon
way.
said,
belt
Okada's
is-
$20
on
million
that one,
man,
Chance.
bro.
On that one.
Bro, if I'm paying my hard-earned money to go watch that match, because I think it's gonna be a good match, and you gave me that shit show of a match, I'm set.
I'd
I'm
be upset
satisfied.
too. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm
But-
mad
I
sad.
don't see it.
We'll probably have to get back to that. I want to talk about this main event, the I Quit match. I just want to ask one question because we do have a new segment tonight that we're going to do. Was it worth it?
Yes and no. For the people who don't really need this feud in the first place, absolutely not. For maybe the audience and the Canadians, the fellow Canadians, oh yeah, they loved it. Especially that hockey spot when they put on the hockey jerseys and they had a hockey fight.
That was alright. Was it worth it? Hell no, because I don't want to see two men past 45 wrestle. But that's just me. I'm ageist.
He has an age limit.
I have an age limit on wrestling. I hated the ending of the match. It wasn't a bad match. It was decent. It was a pretty good match. I will say that.
Do you think that's better than Okada versus Eddie?
1,000%.
This guy.
1,000%. The match was dog shit. But I enjoyed the I Quit match. I really enjoyed it. It was cool. When Copeland's boys pulled up and handcuffed everybody, I was like, oh, okay, this is how it's gonna go. He's just gonna beat him senseless until he shows him the strap, and then he's gonna say I quit.
I mean, it was either that or die.
Give me death.
Like, he's just gonna straight go Walking Dead on the homeboy, bro. Just straight.
Give me kayfabe death.
Well,
Not kayfabe death.
Give me kayfabe death and let Christian Cage rise from the dead.
Hey man.
No. Hey, we got
storytelling.
We went to our ringsiders and we asked, just questions for tonight's show, and we have some questions. Chano's got some questions to pull up. Here's the first question. We're gonna go through them. The first question is from our friend Valhalla Erickson. He wants to know who should be Danielson's final opponent. He is on his, I guess, retirement run. Who do you guys think should be that final opponent for Bryan Danielson?
Can I have two?
Go crazy.
Good.
Okada or Jay White? Okada just because story. Jay White, I think that would be a dope ass match. That's personal reasons.
Okay.
Brandy, you want to go?
I would like Kenny Omega or Will Ospreay.
I feel like Okada is the obvious choice just to settle their trilogy But it's not like Bryan Danielson's gonna be away forever. You know what I mean? He will be
True.
coming back for like spots and like select matches. That man don't want to be saved. But you know, it is what it is. So I think he'll be back. So I do think we'll get all his other dream matches once in a blue, like Wembley and things like that. But I feel like the trilogy is the best way to end it. Or he can give us Bryan Danielson versus Jon Moxley. Have his friend give him his last match.
Let's move on to another question. We have one more here. This one is from our friend Michael Davis. You can catch Michael Davis from Out of Pocket. Also, drop the mic. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you gotta love his profile picture. But our friend of the pod, he wants to know: was last night's I Quit match the best of Edge's career since 2020's since his return? And you know what? This probably is his best match.
I won't say bet.
That probably was his best match since the 2020 return.
I don't
100%.
I don't want to say best, but I will say 100% the most entertaining.
What about you, Chana? I know you're not a big fan of Mr. Adam Copeland.
Yeah, no, it was honestly his best match in a really, really long time. Honorable mention would have to be his WrestleMania match against Finn Balor before they have to stop that match so Finn can actually survive and see his family. But you know, really good match. I think it was his best match since his return.
Yeah, I think it was the best match from his return too. What about you, Brandy? You think this is the best match of Adam Copeland's career since his 2020 return?
I mean, it should have been the Finn Balor match, so I'll just say yeah.
It should have been the Finn Balor match.
I'm just gonna chalk that up and say yeah.
Oh man! Hey, Ringsiders, we do have a special announcement. Mr. Brandy Savage, would you like to take this announcement away?
Of course I would. Now, as you guys know, if you follow us on Twitter, we announced this announcement, and we are giving away a WrestleMania themed Funko Pop, sponsored by the Funko Brothers. On whatnot. It's gonna be the which one is it, guys? The Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels. Does anybody know what number that is? I'm not good at Roman numerals. It don't even have the Roman numerals.
Don't even have the.
But yeah, that Funko
it's
Pop
WrestleMania.
is so hard. WrestleMania themed, WrestleMania giveaway, and on top of that, I'm gonna be giving away a T-shirt and an assortment of other things, whether it be stickers and some dope stuff. All gonna be 4 sides of the ring themed as well as WrestleMania. I think you guys are gonna love it. Ooh, that shirt.
Love it.
The shirt is really nice. I need one of my own. I don't want to enter the giveaway to do this.
I would like to say
shirt. I love it.
I would like to say I like it, but I can't see it. I haven't been able to see anything pulled up.
That's crazy.
That's bad funny.
That's hilarious because we're looking at it right now. It's awesome.
Yeah, man.
Anybody who can see it, you find Brandy Savage, you find Chano Rhodes, you find Knit Ram. Maybe you might even see the ZombieKing with them out there in Philly. But if you find any of my guys,
hit the lottery.
They may have some merch that you guys can cop.
Oh yeah,
don't sleep on the merch.
If you find Chance or I'm gonna have something for you.
Listen, if you find Brandon, and if you find Brandon
this
specifically,
part's not true. Disclaimer, not true.
Listen. If you find Brandon specifically, he's buying WrestleMania merch for the first person I recognize.
Disclaimer, false.
Ringsiders. If you want to find the 4 sides of the ring crew, all you have to do is look up in the sky and just say Dave Bautista is the greatest wrestler of all time. And Knit Ram will hear you and come directly to you with the crew to tell you why he is overrated. With facts in hands, he will let you know.
Nah, but yo, for real, if you guys do see us, hit us with a giant yurt. We're gonna hit you with a yurt back.
And remember, Brandy Savage is out here buying WrestleMania merch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you know what?
Man.
If anyone RKO's Savage or Chance out of nowhere, text me. I will Venmo you any amount
That's a hit.
For
That's
a
a hit
shirt?
job, bro.
This
Hey.
sounds like a hit.
But I
That's
need
a hit.
I need a full on video. I need proof. And if you can get a 3 count on them, I'll buy you 2 shirts. All
Hold
right.
up, zombie. So
Hey.
$25 to
Ooh.
$50
Hey,
for an assault on me and Chance?
it's worth it. You get 2 free WrestleMania shirts.
Yo, you know
Okay,
what's mad?
1 for RKOing, 2 if you can get a 3 count.
You know what's mad? You know what's mad? You know what's mad funny? If you
What's that?
RKO me, I will let you get the 3 count as long as we can split the shirts.
Oh damn. No. No wishy-washy over here. No wishy-washy business.
Man. Hey,
I will check the file. If you follow any of these guys, you're disqualified.
What,
Disqualified.
what do you mean? How are they gonna find us then? They're not following.
You only
any of
gotta
us.
follow 4 sides of the ring. That's it. If you
Oh,
follow them
man.
personally, disqualified.
Man.
It's been a minute. What do we got for this down bad pick of the week, Mr. Brandy Savage?
Man. I wanted to pick somebody else, but I kind of picked this guy because he's been a bit whiny, and it's like all but familiar at this point when like wrestlers are just being bitching. And on top of it, the guy I'm going to pick is wearing a tank top with jeans and a belt, so it feels even more familiar to Drew McIntyre whining and bitching. But Brooks Jensen, man, you are down bad, bro. Just
Down
get your shit
bad.
together. Stop being bitter. Stop hating on the homies. Just
Stop.
like it's down bad. He's just like I don't know. I don't like to see it.
Bad.
It's
So
bad.
bad.
Pick it up, bro. Pick up your chin. Pick up your head.
Pick it up.
It is my
Pick it
man.
up.
My man
Pick it up
said
high.
his
Drop the
boys are
crown.
moving on to bigger and better things.
And you're doing nothing but
Fallon
being down bad.
is doing better and bigger things, and he's just over here sad boy complaining.
Sad boy.
He's
bitching
over
all
here
the
doing
time.
down bad.
Why can't I do bigger and better
Better
things?
things.
The only thing you really missed was Ant putting a hit out on me and Brandon at WrestleMania.
Yo.
Yeah, man.
He said, "Whoever can find me or Brandon hits us with an RKO and then hits us with a 3 count, he'll send them $50 and buy him 2 pieces of merch."
I got
Two
$2
pieces, 2
on
shirts.
one, so $52. $52.
Nigga, that's it.
$52.
Yo, the
$1 a head,
assault.
bro.
Y'all do realize this is recorded, right?
Anybody that finds
That's
y'all
it.
at Mania deserves the money.
That's it. Hell yeah.
Yo, Brandon, you got my back. I got yours, brother. The only
I bet.
we only got
Yo,
each other at this point.
Hey, yo, if we reverse the
Yeah,
RKOs,
I'm gonna relax when Randy Orton
gotta pay
comes
for our
out and RK
t-shirts.
Joe's the both of you. I'm gonna send him $50.
I don't think he
When
needs
Randy
to
Orton
buy.
takes me up on this offer, bro, you will let him?
the only
I
person
like
with
that.
I
RKO
think
You
I
let
think
Randy
Randy I
Orton
think
be-
I think Randy Orton has better things to do than make 50 bucks.
I'll tell you what,
I'll let Randy-
two random
Are you
two
literally
random guys.
sure?
Yo,
be surprised.
yo, he's a
50
loyal
bucks is 50
fan. How
bucks.
you know he's a loyal fan of 4 sides of the ring, bro? You didn't know?
I'll tell you-
If he's a loyal fan like that,
shits and giggles.
And that's the way he decides to make us go
that's
viral.
facts.
I'll tell you what,
That's facts.
Randy Orton. I'll do you one better. I'll sign a waiver and I'll let you pump my head in, so I don't gotta
damn.
go to work the next week.
I'm good. I pass.
2 for 1. 2 for
Wow.
1 right there, Randy.
I'm
Your
thinking about
job
my
gonna be in the
vacation.
comments like,
They're gonna be
Yeah.
like, yeah, they're
I
gonna be
heard
like,
what you
Chana-
said
on
on
to
your
you.
podcast.
yes.
We're
You
on
ain't
to
slick,
you.
Chan.
time off, D-night.
With that being said, the double tap of the week, Zombie King. What match should everybody go back and watch?
You know, if you ask my co-host, they'll say definitely not Okada versus Eddie Kingston, but I'm gonna say Okada and Eddie Kingston because I think it was a good introduction of Okada. I think it was a good way to bring him in. It was a good opponent for him to beat because Eddie Kingston's very over with the crowd. So if he's pulling off the heel gimmick, that was a perfect person to beat. And I'm not a fan of that title. When Okada hold that title, it kind of looked like a toy to me. There's something about that title on Okada that does not match. But other than that, if you want a good taste of what you're gonna get from Okada, go check that out.
Sure. You may not like the title now, but one thing TK does is give all his wrestlers custom-made titles. So
I
So-
hope
make
do
it-
something, man.
he might make it look better. You never know. You know what I mean? Trying to hit me. What's going on in the Coro, bro?
I'm not
Positive
gonna
this
hold you.
week.
There really wasn't really much shit positive this week. Internet was just toxic as hell.
Of course.
Damn.
Toxic. But
I saw
I do my
Toxic.
best. I do my best to try to find something positive in the week. So I do want to say once again, welcome back to Wrestling Mercedes Monet. It's been a
Yeah,
while.
let's see what you can do.
She hurt herself. Hope she has a look at Sour Patch Brandy over here.
Nah, it was his comment over there. It was just the bombastic side eye.
The comment Tommy's making.
Yeah, so to my guy, Randy, I'm giving the laugh in the quarter is Mercedes. Hopefully you ball out, you turn ZombieKing into a fan, and then you can hit your finisher on ZombieKing.
I'll take it. I'll put
I
you over.
swore
Just not the double knees.
Was going to meet for Mercedes. I was like,
Miss
appreciate it.
Miss Torn,
Thank you.
any news from the astrology world to let our wrestling fans know?
No news. I just say stay updated with my tweets. Like, truly, my best thoughts come at 5 in the morning when everyone's still asleep. Because I
There you
that's
fall
go.
the time
asleep.
my alarm goes off.
Literally,
Yeah, man.
I fall asleep in the middle of a show, wake up, finish it before work, and I'm like just tweeting my thoughts because no one's online. And then y'all see it when y'all wake up. I'm like, ooh. But I think that Trick Williams and Noam Dar deserve lots of praise for their work in that match that they have, because not only did Trick Williams get, even more experience, he's getting less green, he's experiencing other cultures and styles, but also Noam Dar is a fucking star. Someone
Facts.
tweeted and they said, who's going to be the breakout star of 2024? I said Noam Dar and everybody associated with him. Less than a week later, metaphors involved with Trick, and so I mean, hey, I'm not, I could have did without the lovey-lovey storyline, but whatever gets Miss Lash Legend the camera time that she needs, truly, honestly,
There
I
you go.
love that for her. I love Noam. Trick Williams, his time is now. I'm sorry, Carmelo. Sidebar, can I ask a question?
Of course.
Do we think that this is kind of like a Jannetty situation or not? Or is this a little early to ask?
I think it's exactly like Sean Jannetty.
I gotta see how it plays out.
Too early.
I gotta see how it plays out.
I do like the comparison of Carmelo to Shawn Michaels, though.
I like the comparison. I just gotta see how it plays out. I feel like the Jannetty thing now is just like we see it, but no one really gets the Jannetty anymore. You know what I mean? Like both guys still get a push, and you kind of like both guys still become stars. Like Jannetty didn't become a star, So I think
No, definitely not.
yeah, right. So I think the Jannetty, like when people say Jannetty, it's just like ooh, but it can't be that bad. But I think it's still too early to tell for my opinion.
Respectable.
Told you though, Michaels was an absolute stud though. You know what I mean? Like
That's true.
Michaels
Yeah,
had,
but watching Eddie's stuff, man, he was pretty good too. Like they were the
Yeah.
tag team for a reason. Like he can go. It's just for some reason when it came to charisma and character, Sean had that and more.
bro. That's exactly
Yeah,
what
it
I'm
is
saying.
engine
Like
edges,
Sean,
bro. It's just like
bro. That's
Boy,
bro,
had
that's
both
what
of
I'm
them for the both of them.
I'm telling you, dude.
Bro,
Can name
you
him
see,
right
Shawn Michaels might have individually saved WWF during that time. You know what I mean? Formerly known as the Fed, introducing that whole new audience of just straight
Sure.
women coming to shows to go see Shawn Michaels.
Oh yeah.
For me, it's like like when you say Jannetty, what I mean? I think of guys like who kind of got Jannetty. It was like a reverse role. It was like they tried to do it with Paul London and Brian Kendrick, and it turned out that Paul London was actually the Jannetty because Brian Kendrick actually became a stud towards towards his career. But
True.
yeah, I just think it's still a little too early to compare that to the Shawn Michaels Jannetty.
I don't think so because they weren't even really a tag team. They were just
who Paul London and Brian Kendrick.
No. Mello and Trick being like,
oh,
they're just boys.
You can. It's
them
not that.
guys.
I would say that it's not about the tag team. I would say it's more about being boys. But Sean and Jannetty, they were boys. You know what I mean? They were a tag team, but at the end of the day, they were still boys.
Yeah.
And I'm also not gonna hold you. Like a lot of people were like delusional when they were in Memphis. They were in Memphis this last week and then getting to whoop that Trick. Like there wasn't chanting for Trick. Memphis is just very whoop that Trick ish. You know what I mean?
Also, I did see a whoop that Trick sign. I did see a sign.
That might have been the one person there who was chanting that shit for Trick. You know what I mean? But
which just goes back to what I said about Trick Williams. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's what I'm just saying.
Because
Like it's one thing if they were shouting it, but there was a sign or two as well.
I only saw one sign, and I might have been one fan.
Did you
But
blink?
That's one loyal ass fan.
Whoop That Trick is really a Memphis thing. You know what I mean?
Hustle
Okay.
and flow, man.
Are you
Hustle
from
and-
Memphis?
I
Well-
do got family out there in Memphis.
Well,
Teen movies.
I'm multicultural.
You are. I know.
Oh,
I know.
man.
We're pressed on time, but one more hot take. If Hustle and Flow never came out,
Jesus.
would
Jesus Christ.
would Trick be as over as he is right now?
Go ahead, Ant.
yes, because
Go ahead.
What is
because
this? This is a different
because
type of podcast now.
I know.
Yeah, I'm
all,
just
all I'm-
saying, bro.
Get us in
They
trouble,
did.
All I'm
bro.
gonna
That
say
movie did a
is-
lot of work for that name.
all I'm gonna say is yes, because Whoop That Trick is corny enough for the WWE to come up with by themselves.
That's a good
No.
point. That's a good
No. And I
Yeah,
won't say anything.
maybe
And-
I don't know, but that
Didn't
movie
Cody
helped.
start
I'm
with that
almost
trick
say.
since?
I mean, yeah, obviously the movie held, but I
So
still
is
feel
he-
like if
so-
if it didn't exist, I feel like Whoop That Trick was corny enough for WWE to come up.
But also,
Like,
Like
creative.
before Trick did that, wasn't Cody doing that in AEW?
was it?
Were they saying Whoop That Rhodes? Nah, they weren't saying Whoop
What
That
did he say?
Rhodes.
What that road?
Not Rhodes,
Road.
but he did have a.
Whoop
That Rhodes.
Yeah,
Whoop
don't go.
Oh my god.
Cody be doing mad.
Chano,
rap
can you
references
confirm?
to the crowd.
Can you text your
It
your
wasn't
cousins?
Whoop.
Yeah.
Yo, this is first off, this is crazy, and this is a different type of podcast now. My man said, "If Hustle and Flow did not exist, with the Trick
Hey,
Williams still
man,
get the Whoop
that's a
That Trick
valid
chant?"
question.
Do you understand
no.
how out of pocket that is? Because it's not even
That's a
from
valid
Hustle.
question.
Shouts
It's not
out
even-
to
it's not
Michael
even-
Davis.
It's not even from Hustle and Flow. It's from Al Capone, the hit single "Whoop That Trick."
Okay, old man.
Listen, I put on my
You're
old
overaging
head.
yourself.
I
Yeah.
put on my old.
For
I put on my
somebody
old head
for somebody who's an ageist,
Yeah.
you might wanna
Listen,
you might wanna
Chance is
back
gonna
there,
start
sir.
hating himself.
You know what
now.
it is? I'm washed, so I can tell other people who are washed. You know what I mean? It's like
There you
my
go.
secret skill. I
You
see the
speak-
washness in others.
So I
Look,
kind of
whatever,
put
look,
him in
man.
NXT like 2 years ago. Was the crowd shouting "Whoop That Trick" by themselves? Because that's what I think they were doing.
yes,
Okay,
yeah. I think the crowd started it.
the black people in the crowd.
The Jacksonville Floridians. Yes,
The
they
lady
started.
that
No, no.
shaked her leg said Trick's gonna beat your ass. She's my favorite. She's my favorite.
Oh man,
It was
Hey,
JC Jane in the crowd who first started that chant at NXT for Trick Williams.
Bro.
That's it. Gotta have rhythm for that. Come on.
Jesus.
that is our time. Torin, thank you so much for coming on with us. This has been a pleasure. We got to do it again.
For sure.
Thank you first of all, thank you for being a fan of us. Thank you for sharing all of
Yeah.
our work, everything that we do. You put out amazing content as well. We love everything that you do from our side. So thank you for taking time, coming on with us, talking some wrestling, spreading the
sure.
word of how you see it, because you see it kind of like how we do in some ways.
Yeah.
ZombieKing may not agree with you on some of it,
Mm-mm.
and Chano may think that Carmelo is going to be better than Trick, but
We don't need to talk. We just need leave
the
out
only-
Mercedes when we talk. That's it.
the only
We don't discuss
thing I
Mercedes.
said
That's it.
the only thing I said was I don't think Trick will be a better NXT champion than Carmelo Hayes. I think that's delusional.
And that's
As far
cat.
as WWE,
Nah,
as
that's
far as-
accurate. NXT champion, that's accurate.
no. I think Trick will have a better overall WWE
Yeah.
career because
That
Trick has better size.
that's a
Trick
fact.
is-
I agree with that.
Trick is a bigger bro, and you can run tape. I've said that super
To
early
make
in the podcast.
assumptions off of old WWE. Like literally, we have people built like Will Ospreay and Johnny Gargano. Like you can't go
Boom.
off of his size anymore. But boo, you
I'm
can't.
not gonna hold you. What has
Mm.
Johnny Gargano done?
He shoot through them fucking ropes every other week like a bullet out of a cannon.
That don't mean
Cody
nothing for me.
Rhodes,
It
and
pops
Will
the
Ospreay
fuck out of
same
me.
size.
No,
There's
a
Will's,
hater
Will's a
in
tall
this.
guy.
There's some
No,
haters.
Will's a
in
tall.
it.
No, Will's
man,
a tall guy. But you can run tape. Early podcast days, that was one of my hot takes. That Trick was gonna have a better overall WWE career than Carmelo Hayes, and all these guys looked at me and told me I was crazy.
Mm.
I just don't think he'll be a better NXT
I still feel
champion.
the same.
That's all.
We'll have
let
to
it
get back
play
to
out.
that.
We'll
With
get
that being said,
For
Miss
another
Torin,
podcast down the
please
road.
tell our ringsiders and all of our listeners where they can find you.
Hello, Ringsiders. You can find me on Instagram. You can find me on Twitter. On Twitter, I am Taylor's Karma. That's TaylorSkarmaa. You can also follow me at Straight Up Astrology. That's my astrology page. I talk about wrestlers, other stuff. On Instagram, it's Talk Torn to Me. Talk Torn to Me. I appreciate you guys. I thank you for what you do. You do great content. You do great work.
Thank you. Thank you.
Zombie King, what are your matches?
Yo, actually this Saturday, y'all, if you guys are in the East Rutherford area next to Giant Stadium, probably the biggest mall in New Jersey, American Dream Mall, will be having a show inside the mall. So if you have nothing else now, I believe bell time is at 2. So, again, American Dream Mall, East Rutherford, next to the Giant Stadium. Catch me there.
If you catch him, he will give you free merch.
That's it. Free merch. First come, first serve.
And if you hit Zombie King with a super kick, I'll give you a high five and a biscuit. And we all out of biscuits. But you can find me, always you can find me on my MySpace account at SIDESOTR. I'm MySpace, guys. And if you want, I'll add you in my top 5. Because I just removed everybody that was in this thing for my top 5. So I have 4 spaces.
You got booted.
Wow.
Yo, that's
Especially Brandon for going from Monday Night Raw to Barclays Center and not even telling me to buy tickets.
Damn.
Oh, hold up.
Chance is doing the draft. Get
Bro,
drafted by
chance.
Chance.
You're not even going to Wale Mania no more. So like, what, you going to Raw now?
It's in New York compared to something that's in Philly.
Fair enough. And you know who it is, Brandy Savage here. You can catch me on Instagram or Twitter, Life and Times, LYFT.
Of course, I'm Markus Hernandez. You can catch me at the Markus Hernandez or Original Buddha _ on X. But most of all, please like, comment, share, subscribe. All of our work. You can catch us on YouTube
Yes,
and
sir.
wherever you get your podcast, Spotify, Apple, Google. Well, I think we're on everything. But hey,
Everything.
Ringsiders, enjoy your weekend. We got to get up out of here. Me and my guys, Torin, thank you again for doing this with us. We will get you back on the show sooner than later, hopefully, because this was a great time. Other than that, Ringsiders, enjoy your weekend.